Okay, I think we ready. I think we ready. Let me see if some people join. You know what I'm saying? So we can get some questions and answers going. You know? But if you're watching this video, after I record it or stream it, I'm basically just talking about my setup. You know? I just got the Prorak LS840 studio workstation. I recently got a Behringer 73 preamp. I got the Drama MQ2. The stereo module is like modeled after a 1960s style, character EQ type of thing, compressor. Got a little saturation. I got the Rodecaster Pro 2 Scarlett 4i4. Also, when I got this desk, I upgraded, the desk tray from the standard tray to, this big joint right here, so I could put my keyboard. It's supposed to be for a 49 keyboard, but I wound up, being able to fit the 61. This is the Oxygen Pro. What is it? The M Audio Oxygen Pro 61, as y'all see right here. So let me move some of these wires real quick, getting on my nerves. As y'all see, I still got the old Dre Beats Studio One first generation headphones. I just ordered some more pads for these because I just took them out the stash. I like how loud they are and the bass and all that. I just bought a new wire. It came with a red wire, but I broke it and it was kind of short, so I just bought another wire. I was using these headphones. I gotta get some new pads for these. If anybody own these, you know how quick these pads just disintegrate. I done ran through like 50 pads already. I had a warranty on them before. Got some free pads, but now I gotta get my own. So yeah, that's what I didn't set up though. I just noticed that. I did not set up my pop-out chat. Hold on, let me set up my pop-out chat. Pop-out chat. Let me get that right. I always forget to do that. You gotta do it every time when you use YouTube and OBS. Thank God OBS got studio mode, so I could probably put it in there. Let's see. You gotta do it every time for you. I think Twitch lets you do it. You don't have to do that for Twitch, so that works. Yeah, there we go. I guess we'll keep it like that for now. And let it be a nice size so I can see what the hell I'm doing. This right here could go. Don't need that. So yeah, I can bring this over a little bit more. So I can see. Just in case somebody hit me up. I can see, everybody that's there. So, y'all let me know. You know what I mean? Drop a comment. Whoever tune in, man. I don't even know. I'm talking to myself right now, so I was like, can't even say that right now. But if y'all rewatch this, drop a comment and I'll reply. But yeah, that's the setup. I recently got this MPC too. It's the MPC sample, the portable one with the lithium battery. I like this joint a lot. I was going crazy when I first got it, but I kind of slowed down. I gotta pick it back up though. I just hate actually having the time to samples on here. It's kind of difficult. Well, getting the looping time, I should say. If you got a perfect loop, then yeah, it works great. But if you gotta actually figure out the bars of the loop and all that, it could get kind of tricky and annoying. I still haven't mastered it yet. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But yeah. I also bought Radial Engineering power conditioner with this LED light. Really like that. Only thing I don't like is that this desk has a lean back to it, so this right here doesn't have like a spring where it stays out. So I got something wedged in here and it's keeping it out a little bit. But I really like this LED thing. I really don't like that you can see the dots though, because it's supposed to be sitting flat, and you're not supposed to see. You're supposed to see the glow. But you know, it is what it is. I bought some 2U rack panels to cover this side of the desk because this has two 4U slots basically. So I got this. I really wanted a tray. I bought a rack tray to slide like in and out, but like I said, this has a lean to it, so the tray just basically slides back, and then the lean is so much you don't really notice it when you're looking at it, but when you put it in there and you put something on it, it kind of slides back and stuff. So I couldn't use that. I had to take that back. I bought a 2U rack because I was gonna keep one rack right here with the sliding dress and one sliding drawer and then one space open so I could have, you know what I mean, some space, and then put the 2U rack right here, which was the same vintage rack that I got. You know what I mean, like this. But yeah, it didn't work out, so I had to send that back. I sent like 3 things back to Amazon. I recently ordered another, what is it called, monitor arm clamp thing. I got the MB North Bay Bayou or something like that, and it's the G60. Got the G60. I like it. I tried to get a new one from Amazon. It was $40. They basically didn't have. They made me order it. Then like 2 or 3 days later, it wasn't in stock. So basically, they didn't give it to me. I tried to wait it out, see if they was gonna find it in another factory, another warehouse, fulfillment center. They didn't. They ain't find it. I just canceled it. So now I gotta wait for my money to come back. I did find one on eBay, so hopefully I could get it in time. I should have been canceled it right away, but I was being optimistic. That wasn't a good idea. So these are the this is the A Open Fire Legend 34-inch curved monitor. Is made by Acer. This is a Gigabyte 34-inch curved monitor, and this is the one I have just on the regular stand that it comes with. I also have a microphone right here, as you see. I have the Audio Technica, and it's in a acoustic board that I got from Temu or something. Kind of helps protect from the frequencies bouncing back in, because that mic is very sensitive. And I got a SC pop filter. What else I got? I got these wireless headphones from Newer. It's the CM28. That's what I'm using right now to talk. Hopefully it sounds clear. You know, hopefully it sounds clear. But yeah, oh yeah, I do got a woofer too. I forgot to put that in my tags. But I got the JBL 310 subwoofer, and I got it paired with JBL LSR monitors, which is hidden behind these desks. Which I gotta figure out a way to get those from behind the desk because it's kind of blocking the path of the audio. I guess when I get my other monitor and set them up, I'm gonna try to figure something out. I might stretch them out a little bit more. I don't know how far you should be stretching your monitors out as far as for listening purposes and getting the best sound and stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do because these are just so wide that they blocking them. And yeah, really don't have that much space right here. But I'm gonna try to figure something out. See if I can move this desk over this way and move my speakers out. But it's a walkway right here going to my room and other rooms and bathrooms and stuff like that. So I don't want to put the speakers over too much where you can hit them or something or they fall over. But yeah. So that's the problem I'm having with that. Got to figure that out. Also, what else? How I set up my Behringer 73 and JAMA MQ. I'm using a what they call a hardware insert. I got it going from um the out well yeah the inputs on the outputs on the Drama MQ, which is in slot 1 and 2. I got it going back into the Scarlett dedicated line inputs. It's not going through the preamp, going through the dedicated line inputs, and then I got the output going back into the input on slot 1 and 2, which is my drama. And then how I connect my Behringer to it, to run it in like a chain is they have a link switch on the back, so you could basically run the link switch into. It only goes to the next slot though, so when you link it into the drama, it goes to one side. So my workaround was I got a Y cable. I think it was a female to two XLR males, and I ran it from the output into the input. That's when I'm not doing a hardware insert. If I try to do a hardware insert, I have to. I can't use that setup. Basically, I'll have to use the link switch because basically I can't use the outs or whatever. What is it, the ends, I guess you would say. I can't put the output from the Scarlett back into the input because that's where the Y cables is going on slot 1 and 2. So I have to, sacrifice with that. They do have aux is on here, but these modules don't have the aux pins on I forgot what they call on the back. Those little connectors on the back that you connected to the 500 series. I guess they didn't feel like they need to put that there. So if they had it there, I would have been able to use the auxes. But since they don't, I have to. There's only one, two dedicated line inputs on here, and it's routed to 3 and 4 on the Scarlett 1 and 2. So basically, like I said, I got to sacrifice just to, if I want to do stuff like that. But like I said, you can use the link switch on the back. It does. You lose -6 dB when you use the link switch on the back. So since I have it connected to the Drama MQ2, then I could just raise it up and 6 dB, and that will fix that problem. You know what I mean? Or you could do it in your software, whatever you use, or stuff like that. I really don't like to do it on the Behringer 73 because then you gotta crank the the input, and that gives a lot of character to it. You know what I mean? You wanna if you got it clean as possible. Say if you got it on 40 dB or 30 dB, that's kind of clean. So if you crank it up too much, you start getting that saturation. So it's best to just use the something else, like the gain on the Drama MQ, and or in the plugin. So that's how I got my setup right now. I really like it. I really needed a desk. It makes it looks more professional, totally different. I'm glad my keyboard fit. I was googling it, and he was like, "Oh no, it's not gonna fit. It's gonna be a couple of an inch or two off, or a couple of millimeters." I was like, I don't care. I seen somebody do it. He had a different keyboard though, but his was a little bit smaller. It was a 61 key, but they said it was a little bit smaller. This one is exactly 38 inches. His was probably like 34, 35, but this works. It doesn't hit, it doesn't bump. There's no room for error though, but this ain't moving. It's kind of sturdy. It ain't going nowhere, so it don't really, you know what I'm saying? As you see, it slide perfectly in and out, so that wound up working out a lot. Because I really didn't want nothing else on the side of me. I got another M Audio, what is this called? Is this the Axiom 49 keyboard? That's my old keyboard I had for years ago. But yeah, I used to have this on a stand, but I didn't want anything over here. I put my stand away maybe for later, and you know what I mean. I really want like a double stand rack though, like a rack with keyboard rack that has 2 layers. I guess you would say. I don't know how to describe it. That would be nice. I got a MacBook Pro. That's what I'm running everything off of. My monitors is going into the USB-C on the side. I got two. I'm using DisplayPort to USB-C, so I could get the best quality out of my monitors. And then I have a Amazon docking station. I think I paid like $60 or $70 at the time. They went up a lot from when I got lucky. And then I have two USB hubs, and it has 4 USB Type C's in both of them. Well, actually, it's one USB A and I think it's one. Well, yeah, I think it's one USB B. I don't know how it is. The old USBs, the regular USB to USB C, and then USB C to USB C, basically. So four of them is USB C, and then the other four is just for like connecting my keyboard and stuff like that with regular USB. Even though that also gives me a problem because sometimes it takes too much power out of the docking station because it splits up the power. You think that you're getting all this power, but once you start connecting, it shares the power across the whole docking station. So sometimes my Scarlet turns red. Now, basically, I might have to change the slots or something. I don't know if it's the slot configuration or what, but I know it's definitely taking up too much power. Recently, what's been happening, when I turn my computer back on, it's been blinking, and I googled it. I think it said it's not the audio is not coming in fast enough, or something is not triggering fast enough, and I think that's due to the way I got everything hooked up. But I really don't have a choice though, because I have only three USB Cs right here, so I have to use the docking station. And I wish the docking station had more power and more. It only got three USB Cs on here, so that sucks. And I think I got four USBs, regular USB A or whatever it's called. So yeah, that's my issue right now. I don't know how I'm gonna, I am gonna get a new computer soon. I gotta save some money, but I do want the Mac Mini, and I want to upgrade it. I know they got the Mac Mini Studio. I think that's what it is. Let me look it up. Actually, what is it called? Let me go to Apple real quick. Let's see, shop. Let's see, no, let's go to Macs. And you got the Mac Studio and the Mac Mini. I really want a Mac Studio to be honest, but that's probably going to be outrageously expensive, especially if I try to upgrade it. I know I was going to get one. I was thinking about getting one, but when I looked at it and tried to upgrade everything, it basically said it was out of stock. So, I guess AI is taking up all the chips and stuff, so they was out of stock. Let me see something if I could just buy it. Let's see how. See. Yeah, it looks like it's grayed out. Let's just say. Let's just say. Storage. Choose how much storage you want. Yeah, all of it is grayed out. Max full, max chip. Okay. Select processing. Oh, this is included. CPU. Oh, this is included. So 36 gig memory included, 36 gig, 512 gigabytes. Um, it says add trading. I'm not even gonna do that right now. We're just gonna do regular. $22.99. Let's see if you can buy it. Oh yeah, it's letting you continue. Let me see. Oh yeah, you could buy this one. I think this is the M4. Alright, I didn't do nothing to it though, but I know when I upgraded the Mac Mini, it was kind of giving me a headache. I might look at that later and see what's going on. But I really want the Mac Studio. Like I said, I was first interested in the Mac Mini. Then my boy was like, "Why don't you get the Mac Studio?" I was thinking those got to discontinue, but they didn't. So I really want that one now, and I want to upgrade it because I know I'm gonna have that for years. I had this. This is an M1 MacBook, 2021, the 14-inch. That has a little bit more power than I think 13 inch or something. I don't know, but it been good to me. But yeah, I had this for years, so I could imagine. I had this in like since 2020, 2021, something like that. I could imagine me getting a new M5 upgraded. I'll probably have that for 10 years. You know what I mean? Some of the problems I'm having, the reason why I want to get it is because even when I do use OBS, say if I want to do source record when I'm recording multiple scenes at the same time, it would come out very laggy, basically, because it's using different, what do they call it, encoders or something like that. I forgot what it is, but they using multiple encoders. I think that's what it is. And this only has one encoder or something like that, or two. I don't even know, but I might have 5 different scenes that I want to record. And by the time I do all that, even if I keep it on the lowest 1080p or something, it's still lagging. So, yeah, this computer cannot handle that. And the only reason why I figured that out is because I was using this program called, what was it called? I forgot what it was. What's that? It's a program that I downloaded. Where you basically, when you whatever microphone you're using, you could basically switch your scenes automatically. It's a plugin in OBS. I forgot the name of it, but you could switch your scenes by different triggers, basically, like how loud you talk, or if you quiet, it just switch to that scene. That right there stopped working. As soon as I updated my computer to silicone, which I should have never did. It stopped working. They don't have the new update for silicone, so basically I couldn't use that no more, which was gonna be my workaround to switch scenes. I was just gonna use little triggers to make it switch scenes itself. Messed that up by updating, thinking I'm doing something good for my computer. That didn't work. So I basically said, you know what? I'm gonna use source record. Try to use source record, lagging. And that's when I was just like, all right, it's just too much going on. Let me just get a new computer. I don't even have the money, but I'm just like, let me look and let me save up. So that's what my journey is. Right now, I actually got some good news today. I just finished paying off my car note. Didn't even know. They was trying to charge me like almost double. Like if I was paying for 2 months, but it wasn't quite 2 months. So I was wondering why. Like if I was paying 2 months, it was 2 months worth. It would still be more than this. So once I called, he was like, "Well, this is your last payment, so they're gonna charge you a little interest or whatever he was saying." So I was just like, "All right, just take the whole thing out, and we'll go about it like that." You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta pay no more anyway. So congratulations to me. Pat myself on the back for being responsible. Actually, So my car's in good condition and ride smooth, nothing wrong with it. So I can't complain. So I got some money to actually, next month when it's time to, do something, I have something. I should say in the next 2 months though, because I still had to pay a little extra, double. So I say in the next 2 months that would probably start benefiting me. I would really notice it. And I could put that money towards my MacBook. So yeah, that's what's going on with me and my setup. Well, I feel like I've been talking forever. I'm looking at the time. It's only 23 minutes. Yeah. Oh, snap. Let me see something. Yeah, man. I got to do another test for y'all, though, because I've been messing around with this Behringer. And, yeah, I like it. I actually like it. I gotta do a test with the hardware inserts. Then I'm going to do a test with the, regular link switch. Or I might just use the aux cables, because I like how when you use the aux cables, not the aux cable. I keep saying the aux cables, but the Y cables. When you use the Y cables, it comes out of both sides instead of just one side. Because like I said, the link switch only hits one side. But this is a true stereo uh, EQ compressor thingy module. So even though it only hits one side, I mean, it's basically going to both sides automatically. So it doesn't really affect it. It's still stereo. So yeah. But Sometimes you can see the meters on both sides jumping up and down. This is the problem I was having. I guess it wasn't really a problem. I guess that's how the equipment is. Sometimes the left side goes into the right side. It doesn't affect it, but you can see the meters jumping. Like some signal get crossed over to the right side. So, yeah. But I don't know. For some reason, last time I hooked it up, it was only coming out the left side, and the right side was completely blank. And I think I googled it. Sometimes when you plugging and unplugging connections, it kind of gets rid of the dust on the tips of the wires and stuff or whatever, the jacks, and that actually helps it. So I hope it does that again if I use the link stick, because having the 2 meters jump up and down and one is not really correlating to it and it's like uneven, it really throws me off. It's not like it's matching. Like if it was you was to use the Y cable, or that if you use the Y cable, it matches perfectly. When you just use the link switch, it jumps to the side and it doesn't. It's not, the meter's not even. So that kind of be ADHD, I guess, kicking. I'd be like, that joint annoys me. Kind of don't like it, but yeah, that's my journey. I gotta just start putting out more content and actually getting better at what I'm doing. I've been making beats, really haven't been liking them. I used to have a whole bunch of hack plugins, and my friend, he used to work at Apple. He knew how to do all that. He works for Netflix now. He's like the head engineer, or what is it, technical engineer, something. So he doing big things. So I don't be bothering him about the hacking stuff no more. I did try to get somebody to do it like years ago, a few years ago. Stole my money. He put the plugins on there and didn't install it properly. Basically, I just gave up on him. Lost like $100, and I ain't try it again. I bought a few plugins, but I really want like Omnisphere, and that's like 500. I think I'm gonna just do it though, because I feel like you blessed when you just do things the honest way at the same time too. You try to steal it and get it hacked or whatever, it don't go right. Might as well just pay for it. And I'm too lazy to learn. I probably could learn how to do it because I know how to use uTorrent and go in there and download it. I just got to know how to put it in the right folders and stuff like that. Talk to the Mac, but I don't feel like doing all that. I already learned too many things, different trades already. I just want to have some plugins and make some beats. I need some instrument plugins for making beats, and I need some mixing plugins like Waves or Fab Filter, things like that. Even though that's not gonna make your beat better, but it'll definitely help. Those sounds at your fingertip, really inspirational. It helps you create a little bit faster. That's all. But yeah, this is my setup. I hope y'all like it. I love this Behringer 73. It's a clone from Midas. They got their own Midas transformers, and they do a couple of things a little bit different, but for the most part, it looks exactly the same. You really couldn't tell from far as far as the looks. Internally, it got some different ways of how they set things up, but it sounds really good, actually. Paired with my Drama MQ, and I'm thinking about getting some. I got about 4 extra slots, so I was gonna get maybe especially for my audio vocal chain, I was gonna get like a Rupert Neve, the little silk thing. I think it's not the 511, that's the preamp. I forgot which one is the silk. And then I was gonna get, that would leave me with 2 extra slots. I was gonna get an ultraviolet EQ, even though this one has a EQ, but it's like a fixed EQ. So you got, what is it, 12.5 hertz, 5 hertz, 2K hertz, 800 hertz, 320 hertz, 130 hertz, and 50 hertz. It basically, that's the frequencies you messing with. It's not like you could, go down the frequency line of, different frequencies. That's the ones you mess with. And the way you mess, the harder you push them, the higher the EQ or the curve. I don't know how it go. I think it's the curve gets narrower or something like that. I forgot. I gotta get my math and my science down pack on that. I ain't come prepared. But yeah, it's basically a fixed EQ. So I would like a dedicated EQ. you know, to, bring my vocals in nicely. But at the same time, I don't know if I need all of that. I could do everything, and I use Logic Pro. I could probably tweak it in there. It's funny because I was watching a video, and it was the guy that designed like some of these classic gear. He's basically saying like, I don't know how y'all so fascinated with these electronics and getting a character. Basically, he's basically saying like back in the days they was trying to get clarity, but they didn't have the technology. Now that we got the clarity, it's like we want the old character back. It's just kind of ironic. But then you look at certain things like they talk about how the feel of things when things running through these electronic components and stuff and how it make you feel, and it's more realistic compared to like certain things and these programs are too clear, too flat, and you don't get that feel that you want. So I guess it has its pros and its cons. I guess I look at it like they didn't even know what they had, you know? They didn't know what they had back then. But I guess it was the equipment they was using, like tapes and, recording on tape that would make things louder and stuff like that. And, you know, I think for the most part they did it really good though, because a lot of these gears, it depends on how old you go back, it's pretty clear already. So, it is what it is. But yeah, enough of the ranting. This is my setup. I thank y'all for watching. And, like and subscribe. It's your boy P90 Beats. Peace. Peace. Let me cut this off real quick, man.